What up, guys? Mad Scientist 7890 here. Gonna do a Raw review here. I usually don't do them anymore, but I'm gonna do this one just because 3-hour Raw, Rock on it, a lot of stuff going on, different things going down. So thought I would do this Raw review here of Raw Gets Rocked. So here we go with this review of how Raw went down. Raw opens here with the Michael Cole challenge. Just a complete waste of time to me, honestly. You know, I laughed out loud, like just out loud laughed when JR started dancing. It was so funny, very entertaining, that ending part. But for the most part, I didn't care for any of that whole segment. Punk came out, explained exactly how everybody else feels, how childish and lame the segment was, and then puts Michael Cole in the Anaconda Vice and in segment. JR goes to the booth, Cole goes out, and that's pretty much how that happens. Next we had Sin Cara and Kofi Kingston versus Cody Rhodes and Hunico, I don't know how they're saying his name, something like that. But had the match with this. Okay, you know, short, couple little spots here and there. Everything, you know, Evan Bourne being out, so Kofi kind of doing the team thing here with Sin Cara. So having an interesting little contest here. Nothing great, but did what it was supposed to do. Ziggler versus Mason Ryan went to a DQ. Pointless here. Ziggler came out and basically said, you know, he's filling in for Christian being out. So that kind of just disperses, you know, I guess any possibility of him having a U.S. title match. I mean, unless they plan on having him, you know, run 2 shows again, you know, maybe face Zack Ryder or something, and then be in this, you know, Survivor Series match as well. Don't know, who knows, but DQ here. Just, I can't stand the big guys in WWE right now. I can't stand any big guys in mainstream, just, and any big guys in mainstream wrestling right now are just horrible to me. Then we have Cena come out, and they had this, or Mick Foley come out. And the other night we had, you know, saying that everyone thought The Rock was going to come and pulls up in this limo, and it's Mick Foley comes out, and Mick Foley's here, yeah, whatever. And Mick Foley comes out later in the night and does the "This Is Your Life" for John Cena. Wow, this was horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Bull Buchanan was pretty funny, you know, doing this whole thing where he was like, "You ended my career. My dog bit me, and I got rabies, and okay, I can't wrestle anymore," and blah blah blah. But the best thing about this whole thing was The Rock coming out, you know, thinking he's gonna come in the ring and do something, and he comes in and just out of nowhere just rock bottoms Mick Foley and just walks out. Priceless moment. You know, Punk, you know, earlier doing with the segment with him, you know, being like, okay, everyone knows this is stupid, and The Rock comes out and does his thing, and you know, basically doesn't even have to say anything, and just, you know right away that segment was stupid also. But it is what it is. That ending I thought was great. Next we had Sheamus versus Jack Swagger. You know, this was actually pretty entertaining. I would actually like to see these guys in a title match, you know. I like the concept of you know, these two going back and forth. I think Sheamus in WWE might be my favorite bigger guy right now. Swagger, as long as he's not speaking and, you know, acting like a complete retard in the ring, if he's just wrestling, you know, that's fine. But I kind of like the dynamic of these two guys going back and forth together. Be interesting to see down the road. If they have some more matches, it would be an interesting feud, something I'd actually want to see. So that was pretty good. Sheamus getting the win there, I thought. Then we had Kelly versus Natalya. just literally less than a minute. Kelly rolls her up, wins. You know, beforehand, there was a good thing about this. You know, beforehand they showed the footage of the photo shoot of Kelly. Just hot damn, she looks good. And that photo shoot, boy, I tell you, just very good. That match was short, kind of pointless, but guess you got to put them on the card somehow. Then you have a segment backstage with John Laurinaitis apparently talking to Brodus Clay on the phone, saying, "No, you'll debut next week. I want it to be big. I want it to be important and huge, and gotta let this man debut again." You know, he may be a shining spot to me in the WWE for big men. You know, I'm gonna get to Show and Henry here in a minute, but you know, he may be a shining spot of some of the big guys in WWE. From what I remember seeing him do in the ring, he's not bad. So I'm going to see what he can do from there. But I'm actually excited to see if he debuts next week, because I actually do like Brodus Clay. So next after that, have Alberto Del Rio and Mark Henry teaming together to face CM Punk and Big Show. Just back and forth, blah blah blah. Really setting up these main events for Survivor Series, pretty well. I'm interested to see Punk and Del Rio, and after seeing the couple back and forth things that Show and Henry are doing, I'm interested to see their match too. Absolute props to Mark Henry and Big Show for anytime these guys are in the ring now, years, not even years back, just even months back, guys like Mark Henry in the ring with anybody or Big Show in the ring with anybody, I just didn't care to see, because I didn't care about the quality of the match, But these guys have an interesting dynamic, since both guys are so big, and they work this interesting style that that is actually really entertaining to me. I really enjoy the Mark Henry Big Show standoff stuff that they do. I'm excited for their match. I really do want to see Big Show versus Mark Henry at Survivor Series. So, like I said, Mark Henry coming out with this nasty T-shirt. You will see that T-shirt on me very soon. I am a Mark Henry fan. I do like Mark Henry right now. Best I've ever liked him in his career. I don't really like Big Show that much, but I respect the fact that two bigger guys, and they're really putting on entertaining big guy matches, and I just wanted to throw out there. But that Mark Henry shirt's going to be on my back very soon, because I loved it. Next, they have a Santino Marella comes out, and then Nash comes out, and they have this little segment with them. Just Santino saying, this is where I almost won the Royal Rumble, and I'm starting my career over here. Next time I come back, I'm going to have a title, and whatever. Nash comes out, pretends like he's not going to do anything, then kicks Santino, and just, I don't know what the reason for the segment was. I guess just to get Nash on the card, and just kind of, or on the on the show, to get him out there. I'll tell you what though, I'm not really that looking forward to a Nash Triple H match, but I was talking to J-Man about this. Nash looks like he's in pretty good shape. He looks, he's not out of shape. He's looks like he's taking care of himself. Obviously his knees are probably horrible, but he may have stamina to carry a decent match with Triple H. Who knows? But like I said, he's looking real healthy, and it'd be interesting to see what kind of match him and Triple H can have. So segment there. Then they have Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton. Literally nothing here. Wade Barrett just getting a monster push right now, getting over on everybody. I guess trying to build him back up. Cutting a promo beforehand. I just don't care for Wade Barrett that much. I don't know why. His promo abilities are okay. I just feel like he's just so green still. Like, he hasn't improved, in my opinion, since NXT, like, in ring wise, he looks exactly the same. Maybe he just needs a different character. I don't know. But I just don't care for Wade Barrett right now. I still don't understand why he's the leader of his team. But this goes and for a little bit, and then both guys have all their team members out there backing them up, and then one guy jumps in, and then it comes to a DQ, and then it just turns into a Survivor Series brawl. So nothing much here, but it was entertaining. Then you have The Rock, at the very end, come out and do a segment. Come out, get on the mic, talk a little bit, about this, about that, about Awesome Truth, and make fun of John Cena a little bit. Awesome Truth comes out. You can obviously, you just look at just Miz and Truth, and they're just like, wow, I'm going to be getting in there with The Rock, and Miz is one of Miz's idols as a wrestler, was The Rock. So you can just imagine Miz just losing it, doing that segment backstage when he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing a segment with The Rock, yeah. But real interesting here. Cena comes out, and Rock and Cena have a little go back and forth that was pretty entertaining, and then Rock does this whole thing with Twitter, and I'm gonna actually talk about Twitter and Twitter with wrestling as one of my topics in another video, because it's becoming very popular, with wrestling nowadays, and the boots to asses, trending kind of thing. It's interesting, but overall, the segment did what it needed to do. Set up a decent go home Raw for that match at the pay-per-view. Survivor Series, I'm not quite sure what their plans are. I mean, I'm guessing that Cena is gonna, face Miz and Truth in the main event. I'm sure that'll be the main event match, but setting it up there well to see where it's gonna go from there. So, like I said, not a bad Raw. Some interesting stuff here. Not any great matches, off the top of my head. Anything. I thought the Sheamus swagger was cool. I liked that. But overall, not bad. Booked okay. Nothing horrible. So, like I said, 3-hour Raw. Raw gets rocked. Did it live up to the hype? Did you guys think it was good? Did you guys think it was bad? Let me know. Comment section. Boom. And like I said, the Mad Scientist here, guys. Peace, and I'm out.